Side tonight at 4-1, a couple of them at 7-1 on the board. We've got a full field of 10. They're at the top of the stretch lined up. Here they come for their Breeders' Crown elimination. There they go. Fillies are off and pacing. Leaving out of there quickly, there's Faze driving out for Tetrick. Looks good, and Lulu's going to join her to the inside. Mickey and Minnie with some speed from the rail. Skywalker C into the top four. Outside fifth is Unreasonable. Wide to that one at the wheel is Chantilly to the inside. Millie May Hanover. Then it's back to Out of This World Dale. Last pair are Rose, and setting up shop at the back is Sammy Joe Hanover. Jingralas looks good, and Lulu, she made a break in the opening turn, and she's going to plummet to the back. So Faze is on top two after a 27-second opening quarter. Mickey and Minnie in the pocket for now, in front of Skywalker C in third. Then Unreasonable tracks fourth. Millie May Hanover fifth. Chantilly sixth. In seventh is Out of This World Dale, two in front of Rose, who's two clear of Sammy Joe Hanover and trying to catch back up after the early miscue. Looks good, and Lulu is the trailer. It's Faze still leading the way by a couple as they go to the midway point. It's Faze there in 55-4 with Mickey and Minnie racing patiently in the pocket. Skywalker C third. Unreasonable fourth. Millie May Hanover fifth. On the move. Here comes Chantilly out of sixth. Then that gets Unreasonable out of the four hole. She'll be first up. Gives McDonald cover, and Dunn's out of the pocket with Mickey and Minnie to challenge leader Faze as they start to sprint to three quarters. Faze holding about a half-length advantage to the inside with Mickey and Minnie on the attack on the outside. Skywalker C locked up in the pocket. Second over is Unreasonable. Three quarters is 1:22-3. And inside Faze. Outside those, Mickey and Minnie. She powers up, takes over the lead. Dunn looks over his shoulder. He sees Unreasonable closing at him. In behind them is Skywalker C. Chantilly in the center of the track. It's Mickey and Minnie called on. She holds on by a length right now. Unreasonable closing to her. Mickey and Minnie holds on. Mickey and Minnie over Unreasonable. Skywalker C and Faze in 1:48-2. A track and Canadian equaling record performance.
$148-2 for Mickey and Minnie. She worked out a pretty good trip, but Dexter had to work for it as well. It wasn't as dominant of a score as we've seen in past, especially off that trip. But I tell you what, probably needed that start, and I think she's going to be...
He sees Unreasonable closing at him. In behind them is Skywalker C. Chantilly in the center of the track. It's Mickey and Minnie called on. She holds on by a length right now. Unreasonable closing to her. Mickey and Minnie holds on. Mickey and Minnie over Unreasonable. Skywalker C and Faze in 1:48-2. A track and Canadian equaling record performance. Bay Philly by Always Be Mickey is out of the Roll with Joe Dam. That's the ticket. It's a winning homebred for owners Craig Henderson, Robert Mandela, and Lawrence Minowitz. Chris Ryder trains. Dexter Dunn, the winning driver. Mickey and Minnie with their 11th win of the season in 13 opportunities. Lifetime score number 17. Tonight, a lifetime best clock of 1:48-2. She equals the track and Canadian record. It's Mickey and Minnie off to the Breeders' Crown final as she looks for back-to-back year.
Mickey and Minnie, a 1:48-2 victory in the Breeders' Crown elimination for the 3-year-old pacing fillies. Dexter Dunn, Chris Ryder joining me. And Dex, let's talk about this race here because this was a good battle right down to the wire. Sitting in the 2-hole, it looked like you were just waiting as long as you had to before you moved on out.
Yeah, well, I mean, we got away pretty good there going on the first turn, and the trip worked out after that. So, she felt great in the helmet, and just moved her over there in the last turn, and she really let down good, and the run's going to do a lot of good too. She only won qualifier from hadn't raced for a while, so really happy.
Yeah, a month off with if you don't take into consideration that qualifier, there's nothing like race miles and facing that pressure in the lane. How was she coming down to the wire?
Yeah, she really let down good. She's extremely competitive filly. She's shown that throughout her career, and yeah, obviously Marcus filly's been racing great this year and was brilliant Kentucky 2 weeks ago. So I knew it was going to be a battle, but all the faith in the world in my filly because she's a true fighter.
Job well done.
Thank you.
All right, let's bring Chris Ryder in, and let's talk about the decision to race tonight. I get it. You haven't raced since the Kentucky Sire Stakes final, so it was a month off, but you turned down a bye. You take the bye, you're in the final for sure.
Yeah, well, obviously it's worked out all right now, but I wanted to race it because, it's tough it would have been 5 or 6 weeks before going into the final if I didn't, otherwise I have to qualify. And, she needed the race, and just super it worked out the way it did. And so looking good. Yeah.
Well, you're going to get a good post position somewhere 1 through 6. And a couple times tonight we've seen horses skip on the bye and get the victory. Talk about just over the course of this season, though. And I know she has just been such a pleasure to watch. I imagine she's quite a pleasure to train.
She's easy to train. It's just a super filly. You know, she's won so many races this year so well. She's tough. She doesn't seem to have, you know, she just doesn't seem to have an end to her run. And she's easy to train, and, you know, she's beautiful to have around here.
I have to quickly ask you about Twin Bee Joe Fresh. She had a qualifier earlier today at the Meadowlands. How did that go?
Went fine. According to Patrick, he said she was really strong. She came home 25-2, so couldn't wish for much more. And obviously, she's coming into the final next week off a qualifier, but she's done that before. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to seeing her next week, and of course, seeing Mickey and Minnie again. Congratulations.
Yeah, we're thrilled to be here. Thank you.
All right, Chris Ryder, there you have it. Mickey and Minnie wins here tonight, and it's all systems go next Saturday for the Breeders' Crown Final.